I really hope this is an okay time because it is day 1000 of being a girl. Woohoo! And if that doesn't deserve a celebration, I don't know what does. And my best friends woke me up with a cake and a Percy Pig stuffed animal, which is my favorite candy. And I'm going on a hot tub jacuzzi boat, which are two of my favorite things combined. And then I'm seeing my favorite musical for a third time called Why Am I So Single? But first I thought I would share 1,000 things that I've learned over the past 1,000 days. Just kidding. But 1,000 days is actually just a little over 2.5 years, believe it or not. So I thought, why don't I share 2.5 major takeaways with you? My first takeaway and a really big win is that I have never felt more like a woman. And when I look in the mirror, there is not a doubt in my mind that I am one. And it's such a gorgeous feeling. And now that I've laid the groundwork, I get to decide what kind of woman that I want to be. And for me, that's a kind one, an optimistic one, and an earnest one. And it's a very privileged mindset to arrive at because for me, I needed hormones and gender-affirming care and my loved ones in a very public crisis to get here. And I don't take any of those things for granted. But this is a really crucial mindset to have because now every time someone leaves a comment calling me a man or a news reporter misgenders me, it doesn't make me waver. And in a screwed up way, it's actually quite gender affirming because I know that they would never treat a man that way. And the kind of way that they speak about me and criticize my looks and my body is so woman coded. I think going into a rather politically uncertain year next year is really intimidating for trans and non-binary people, and so much can be lost. But I know that no matter what happens, the way that I see myself is something that they can't take away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. No. But, and I don't want to welcome the hate and vitriol. Completely the opposite, really. I'm like not trying to poke the bear here. I'm often running away from the bear screaming, ah, bear. But if these past 1,000 days have taught me anything and proven anything, it's that no matter how hard you attempt to deny someone's existence, you can't deny someone's tangible joy from finding their identity. And sure, there were plenty of times these past 1,000 days when I was sad or angry or hopeless, but there were like way more days when I felt beautiful and smart and funny and in my body, like enough to believe that I will always find my joy. And I have evidence that the good days do outweigh the bad, and today is a good day. My second takeaway is that the women that I look up to haven't changed, but the reasons that I look up to them have. Like I used to admire women for their beauty or their humor or their self-restraint when it comes to not double texting their crush, which I still do not possess. But now I admire them for their willingness to be loud or brave and please themselves and not other people. And most of my favorite women are often labeled as too much. And I used to be embarrassed about being too much, but now I kind of love it. And a woman that I'm like really in awe of lately and that I love is Chapel Roan. And I love her because she's not interested in like conforming to the status quo. And it's been fascinating to watch people, especially other women, decide how and when she's doing too much. You know, I'd rather like lift up and celebrate other women than criticize them. And I am ready to be a full-time hype girl. So let me know if you need one. And finally, the half takeaway is the parts of womanhood and the mysteries that I will never fully understand. Like, where the heck do all the hair ties go? No, but like in all seriousness, I think I was embarrassed by the fact that I didn't have all the answers. And I wouldn't, like if I didn't, I wouldn't be let in the club. But now I think that's cool because I'm a trans woman. It looks a little different, but how fun that we get to all have these different experiences while we're here. And for a long time, I kind of thought it was cis women versus trans women, and it's actually much more complicated than that. And there are cis women who I feel more connected with and supported by than certain trans women, and vice versa. But I know that I am a daughter, a sister, an aunt, a niece, a gal pal, and maybe one day I will even be a girlfriend or a wife or a mom or a stepmom, which I could totally see for myself, or a grandma if I should be so lucky. It would be great that we are able to share those things and that me claiming those titles doesn't take away anything from anyone else. I was recently thinking about on day 12 when a woman in the stall next to me asked if I had a tampon that she could borrow. Like, in that moment, she didn't care who I was or what I identified as. She just needed a little bit of help. So maybe we can try to just give each other a little bit of help and figure it out. I'll know I'm a big manifester, so booby drum roll. In the next 1,000 days, I would like to finally get rid of my pesky chin hairs. If you know, you know. I would like to normalize trans people on stage, and I'd like to play a female character on Broadway. I would like to create joy for you and I both that is unrelated to my transition. I would like to acknowledge and celebrate non-binary people and trans masc folks more often. In a big picture in my lifetime things, I would like to see a woman be president. I'd like to grow old with my trans friends. I'd like to have more days or good days than bad days. I want to thank every single person who has wished me well over the last 1,000 days, whether that was a like or a sweet comment or a kind DM. I see them and I thank you. I think having a few cheerleaders to encourage you, or a few million in this case, has been generally lovely. And I urge you to keep that energy going for all trans folks that you connect with on here or in life, because I think it's going to become increasingly more intimidating for you to do so. And we all need the allyship that we can get right now. Thank you to the women that may not or never will see me as a woman, but still have enough respect for me to honor my pronouns and aren't trying to strip me of my rights. I think that might sound kind of crazy to include them, but I have gratitude in my heart for those who aren't actively trying to make my life more difficult. And to the women that don't respect my pronouns and do wish my rights away, I wish that they could see themselves through my eyes, because I still think they're beautiful and that their thoughts are valid. But I also wish that they could see how much hurt it causes. And if they knew what that felt like, maybe they wouldn't be so adamant to try and take women like me down. Thank you to the women who are like me, the dolls, who have given me time to figure things out. And I love you, and hopefully we show up for each other when things get harder. Another curveball, thank you to the straight men on here that follow me. I know that you are few and far between, but I appreciate you being here. An ally is an ally. And thank you to the gays. That's all, just the gays. Final thank you to you, yes, you, for watching this, because that means that you're still here for whatever reason, and hopefully will be with me whether I'm sharing my transition or not. And there's a link in my bio to the Trevor Project to support queer and trans youth if you want to celebrate with me. Whew, okay, time for fun. I'm gonna get into my bikini for a jacuzzi, and I love ya.